This is Jazz Buyers, and you're watching Jazz's Rockin Roadshow. I am in Český Krumlov. That's probably how you pronounce it, but if the locals were to do it, it wouldn't sound anything at all like that. Anyways, I'm still in the Czech Republic. I wasn't going to include any of this footage. I was just going to stop at this little town. There's a cool little castle and stuff. I'll throw some photos up or something. But I think I have to now because I found a museum of torture. So that's where we're gonna go. All right, we're gonna go in the torture museum here in Český Krumlov. This is pretty cool. Ooh. This would be a cool place to shoot a music video. You hear spooky noises. Ooh. This is the Torture Museum, which is pretty cool. 6 euros gets you in here, so I would definitely recommend that you do it. Check out the skull way down there. It's pretty cool. I love places like this. Oh, I could live here. You just, what they need is a pub at the bottom, like you're drinking in a dungeon. That's what they need. Oh, there's more. Check this guy out. I love the fact that this guy's just sitting here like taking notes while this guy gets tortured and this guy does all the dirty work.
have rendered us closer. Trusting in a negative exposure, like when he's falling through grey October. And I find a need in you more. Confluence of confidence and uncertainty, both strength and vulnerability. Without universe of absurdity, and I find I'm needing you more. Time never lies. It comes close in the sky. It runs in parallel lines, away from the battles within. Miss your energy. Do you ever miss mine? Miss your energy. Deceptions I confess, choosing words born of pride and selfishness. But on my knees my faith shall bear witness, 'cause it's all or nothing in the candlelight. For the dawn there was ambiguity. This collision is barrier between you and me. There's no logic and emotionality. We all come to the table to bed, wrapped up in the rhythm of catharsis, riding your current out of the darkness. Frozen wounds that have marked us, 'cause I lost my mind when I lost you. Your energy. Do you ever miss mine? Miss your energy. Do is mine.
Oh. This is Jazz, and you're watching Jazz's Rockin Roadshow. I am at the Torture Museum here in Český Krumlov. This guy was going to be my co-host, but I didn't make it here in time to chat and meet up with him, so I'm just going to do it solo from here on out. I think that's it. Either that, or this is some kind of torture device. So here I am in Český Krumlov, which is part of the Czech Republic. I probably didn't pronounce that right, but it's as close as I'm gonna get. I wasn't gonna shoot an episode here, but there is a cool castle. So this may end up being an episode, who knows? We shall see. Here is a video.
conscience clear, 'cause you'll make it through the night. Stop getting so frustrated. You make it too complicated. You overestimated. Or maybe I overstated. God, you forgot to mention that it was my intention. So ask yourself the question, what would Jesus do? Think it over, baby, to be sure that you make the right choice. Then sing it loud and sing it clear, 'cause you only have one voice. Stop getting so frustrated. You make it too complicated. You overestimated. Or maybe I overstated. God, you forgot to mention that it was my intention. So ask yourself the question, what would Jesus do?
I'm not quite sure how to get up to the castle from here, so I might just sneak in a little place and have a pint or two or six and call it a day. But there is the castle. So the castle here is pretty impressive. For being a smaller castle, from what I'm told, I think it's pretty big. But I decided I am going to have some beers and not go into it, but I'm going to check out the moat. I am at Český Krumlov, and that is in the Czech Republic. Behind me is the castle, and in front of me is a pub, and I'm about to get a couple pints. So in the meantime, here is a video.
I lost myself in the miracle. I look too out of bed. I was half asleep. You see right through me. You feel my energy and you understand. Don't believe in karma and I don't believe in me. So you think I don't care? You think that makes me free? You believe in destiny, but you don't believe in fate. I hope you won't regret. I hope it's not too late. I don't care, and you don't care. Leaves us nowhere to turn to. The words came and went from my mind went blank. I lost my thought, my heart sank. But then the music died, and I looked in your eyes and stopped to fall. Don't believe in karma, and I don't believe in me. So you think I don't care? You think that makes me free? You believe in destiny, but you don't believe in fate. I hope you won't regret. I hope it's not too late. But I don't care, and you don't care. Leaves us nowhere to turn to. I wanted to think about it, but I took too long. I bit my tongue, it came out all wrong. But now my mind's in space, so I just kiss your face and stop the fall.
I have a local beer here. I don't know what it is. I can't pronounce it. I can't even read it. So I think my solution is drink a couple of them and those letters will magically pop off and I'll be able to read it. It's a good theory at least. Cheers. Tink. All right, so in addition to my delicious local beer here, which I still don't know the name of, I decided to get some fettuccine because every once in a while I'm a sucker for noodles. So yeah, this is fettuccine with mushrooms. See, look at these little guys in there. Look at these. Look, so good. Nom, 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 nom. Cheers. I may never come back to the States. I may just stay here. My goodness. I want to live in a castle with an arch like that. How cool is that? Look at this craziness. How cool is that? This is one of the coolest towns I've been to over here. I mean, just a little town. They got a church, they got the cool castle. I mean, check that out. That is really, really freaking cool. I love it here. I think I really could spend a lot more time here. I didn't even expect to shoot an episode here. But when in Rome, when in Český Krumlov, right? Look how beautiful that is. So cool. One of my favorite video games of all time is the game Ico. I think it was only available on PlayStation, but these arches remind me of that game so much. It's pretty cool. I feel like this town is such a hidden gem. It's just full of all kinds of cool shops and artwork and great food. I mean, look at this little restaurant here. Check this out. Look at that dog in there. He's liking it. But yeah, just all kinds of little shops, and they got the castle and a cool moat. I think I'm gonna come back here for sure. It was just happenstance that I stopped here. I was talking to the one of the servers at the pub, and he told me, he said, "Oh, you like this town?" I said, "Yes, I do." And he said, "This town did not get bombed in the war. It all happened north of here." So that's kind of cool, I guess. I'm gonna have to look that up when I get back to a computer and learn more about this town. I'm sorry that I don't have more information for you about this place. I quite honestly didn't expect it to be such a gem. So here's a video for you. If I lived here, I would drink outside every single night. every single night I would drink outside. All right, I had a good time here in Český Krumlov, but I see my driver up ahead, patiently waiting for me. So it's time to head back. Hope you had a good time with me here as well, in the beautiful, beautiful southern Bohemian region of the Czech Republic. Hello. Hello.
down beside her, even though I know she wanted me dead. Sank a bang into my thigh, and a tear escaped my eye as a poison made its way through my head. Well, now maybe it should hurt me, but rather her kill me than desert me. Not sure how much more rejection I can take. Now I can't help myself. Now I can't stand myself. So Lord, please take control. 'Cause I don't wanna do it no more, no, no. Truth be told, the pain turns me on. She left me numb, but now she's gone. And I know I'll never be the same. I know thoughts can get confused and hearts just get abused. But minds crack before they break. So I'll just lay here and watch the sky one last time and question why I was born with such a complicated brain. Now I can't help myself. I can't stand myself. So Lord, please take control. 'Cause I don't wanna do it no more, no, no. I was there the night love died. She was murdered right before my eyes, left on the side of the road, suffer alone in the cold. Now I can't stop myself. I can't stand myself. So Lord, please take control. 'Cause I don't wanna do it no more, no, no.
I am here with my dear friends in One-Eyed Daddies. Check out this freaking killer shirt that they brought for me. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. So we've got Dan on the drums. We've got Brian on guitar and vocal. Well, you guys all sing, but guitars. And we got Steve on bass. You guys killed it tonight. Tell me, you got okay. Let me see if I got my history of the band correct. You guys played back in the '90s, broke up for a while, and got back together. Am I correct on that?
Yeah. Just this year.
Tell me how'd that all come about and what happened. Tell me about yourself.
But yeah, we broke up like 2001, 2002, and then took 20 years off and
21.
and then just started jamming again.
But you guys, like, you weren't working on like your version of Chinese democracy or anything, like Guns N' Roses, right? Like you weren't doing an album that whole time, right? Yeah.
Well, you know what? A lot of tunes that we're starting to do nowadays, like you came about like during that time that we were off, you know?
Right on.
Yeah, so we're doing new stuff and old stuff, like that Under the Stairs. That's an old one.
Right on.
But everything else is new, right? Everything else we played. Yeah.
Under the Stairs was the instrumental that just
Yeah.
blew my mind. You guys, like,
every time I thought the song was going to go in this direction, it was like, no, we're going to go this way. But that was a cool thing. Like, I love what you guys do. You guys are killing it, man. What area of the city do you guys perform at the most? Like when you guys, I'm sure you're going to play anywhere you can play, but like, is there a certain area of the city that you guys?
We play out in the sticks the most, like out the drunk
centralized around Pittsburgh.
Yeah, within 45 minutes of the city,
Okay.
pretty much everywhere. But
play anywhere that has us.
like we just started getting together this year, and everybody was pretty much booked up, so we just kind of got whatever gigs we could get this year, and so.
Everybody was booked up except Jazz's Rockin Roadshow. They called me and I said, "Get over here, man." Well, I'm so happy that you guys are here, man. So you guys are doing a new album, right? You have one album that you're kind of worked on.
Well, we got an album from like 1999.
Okay, maybe that's
So
one of
that shows, but we didn't put it out.
Yeah.
It was in a couple of stores, in a couple of jukeboxes, and like
Okay.
in bars.
Because I knew you had stuff on like SoundCloud and that, and I knew that you played before, but I wasn't
Dax
sure
would
where.
play it time to time on their Sunday night show that I can't even remember the name of it. Like, I jumped in my car one time, turned the key, and I went to push the check because I was listening to her music so much, and nothing came out of the CD player. And then I switched stations, and then it was like, oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What? So who does most of the writing with you guys? Like, it has to be a joint effort, right?
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
always
Yeah.
a joint effort. Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody always has an idea, and then.
I was gonna say, because if some of the stuff you were playing came off from like one person's head, I'd be scared. I mean that as a compliment. Because like every song you guys played, I was like, wow, this is my new favorite song. And then you play another one, I'm like, okay, that's my
That's
new favorite.
kind of the concept of the One-Eyed Daddies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the three of us. You know, we're all
See
different.
shit the same way.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all different. We all have different perspectives on things, but somehow when we get together, it just I don't know, it comes out.
It comes
Pretty
together.
How would you describe your style? Like, if you were telling somebody that never heard you, like, what would you say you are? Because like I was sitting here hearing like little King's X, I was hearing a little Chili Peppers. Well, that's not to say you sound like them.
It's a lot of
Dude,
our influence.
you
though.
know-
Oh yeah,
You know,
I saw
those
King's
bands.
X a couple
Love
of
those
times.
bands.
yeah.
Buddy's band just opened up for King's X in Columbus.
Oh wow, yeah. Because they just did another tour.
Yeah, they're called Dressed in Electric, and hope to play with them. So
There you
I
go.
don't know, I think we always just went rock and roll.
Yeah,
You know?
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, because I don't know. We hate the word alternative, but
Well,
it's usually what we get
Yeah,
lumped
yeah,
into.
yeah.
it's funny because there's so many subgenres or whatever, and alternative kind of took on like alternative used to be we're not the mainstream, and then
That
alternative
became
became
Seattle.
its
Yeah, it became
exactly
The Seattle scene was
Yeah.
alternative, and
yeah, right on. Killer bass, by the way.
oh, thanks.
I didn't realize that was a fretless.
Yeah. Like Jimmy landing guitars. That's not even a landing. That's called a low AF. I think it's the only one in existence. Like he's probably saying something like low as fat. No.
You guys, do tons of originals, but you also do some covers. So like I could come see you as a showcase band. You're going to be like 45 minutes of just what you did tonight, all originals. But then I could also maybe go see you somewhere and you're doing 3 sets and some covers too. Is that
Absolutely.
right on? So what kind of covers do you guys do? Do I want to ask?
No,
So
it's
it's
cool.
our favorite bands: Beastie Boys, Pink Floyd,
we love
Jimi Hendrix,
Tupac,
Tupac,
Jackson.
Michael Jackson,
Well, see,
Scatterbrain.
I meant to. That's what one thing I meant to ask you when you guys were playing. What Tupac song you do, and I wanted to hear you play it even just for me, even if I can't put it on the show because I'll get sued by Tupac's estate. I was like kind of like I would have liked to hear that. So
But
promise.
you can check it out on YouTube.
I was okay. There you go.
We have it up on our channel.
I will check it out there. Also, you guys have oneeyedaddies.com, right?
Yeah,
So
we just started it.
yeah,
It's in the
nice.
works.
Nice website.
Yep.
I was telling before we did the interview, I was telling him how check out how cool this logo is. I love this logo, man. That is cool. One-Eyed Daddies.
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
So
Yeah.
I don't even want to ask how you got the name because I assume I know, and even if it's not, we'll just leave it at that.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
We were
And
young.
it kind of changed.
Young and
You know,
dumb.
so,
Yeah. Anything you want to tell the viewing audience before we call it a night?
Come check us out.
Yeah, come to a show. Follow us on we're on all social media, pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us on YouTube.
Any bands want us to come open or whatever, we're willing to do that too.
Absolutely. Doesn't
Love to
matter.
play. I always want to play.
It's like
He's the
we
first
get it.
guitar player I ever played with in my life, though.
Really?
Yeah, 6th grade.
Dang.
Same.
You know, and that's funny. That's funny you say that because while you guys were playing, at one point in time, I thought to myself, how did you guys link up? And I don't mean I just mean like musically. Like if I had
it was that actually was kind of cool. Like I said, we started playing guitars at the same time. You know what I mean? And we were playing Smoke on the Water.
Yeah.
With, other people that didn't know how to play their instruments either. This is really the first real band I was in. I mean, I played in other bands, but it was all like cover bands or not very good.
Mhm.
Well, Aftermath, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, but I was like 13 playing with a bunch of 18-year-olds, and they were good, and I really wasn't.
so you guys kind of developed your style together,
Yeah.
like not even trying.
We
You
went to
just
school together,
Uh-huh.
and we played. And then I moved to Carrick and met Dan. And me and Dan had bands together in high school. Again, nothing
yeah,
serious or anything that ever made it out of the basement.
and then it all came full
And then-
circle.
We started jamming again.
What made you guys decide to get back together after being broke up for so long?
We were
Same
Yeah,
thing, dude. It was like the origin story all over again. We just hooked up out of nowhere just to play some guitars and drink some beers and just started
some of it.
clicking, man,
Some of it, like
right away.
I showed him something on my upright, and he's like, "Dude, that would totally work for this."
It was
thing."
Spider.
Oh, okay.
It was Spider. He had a
Wait,
song called
wait.
Applesauce or
Energy.
Apple Juice. Or Energy, yes.
Energy.
Energy.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
So his
Yeah.
bass line is actually something he wrote, and the guitar line is something I wrote, and they just meshed together in a cool way.
That's
Pretty
so
cool.
great.
yeah.
And I was like, man, we gotta call Dan. Like I haven't talked to Dan in like 15 years.
We played a gig around Christmas time last year. Like it was the week of Christmas.
Yeah, we opened
Yeah.
for Grand Piano.
Grand piano at the bridge.
It
Yeah.
was just
Nice.
just bass and guitar, like acoustic stuff.
Yeah. But that's what's cool about music, because like you said, you hadn't talked for like so long. Like I have friends like that too, because I lived in Minneapolis for a number of years, and that's a whole nother story. But I have friends out there that like if I picked up the phone right now, it'd be like I never left. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what happens musically. You form these bonds, and then that becomes a part of your soul. And
It really does.
Yeah,
it really
it
is. It's people that don't write music don't understand. That
Right.
It is like that. It's definitely like that. And that's why, sometimes you can get along with people and sometimes you can't. Like there's so many people I don't get along with musically that I like. You know what I mean? Like they're good people,
Right.
but we get together and there's just nothing clicking, nothing special.
There's other people he doesn't like that he clicks with musically and just deals with.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Present company not included, right? Excellent. Well, guys, once again, thank you so much for being on my show. I really appreciate it. Please come back and see me,
Thanks for having
because
me.
I'm sure by now on the show, I've at one point in time mentioned that I had all this footage from Krusty Krumlov or whatever, Krusty Krumlov. I can't even pronounce it at this point. But yeah, I didn't know what band was going to be on it. And then, you guys wanted to be on the show. I was like, oh, thank God. Thank you. So thank you guys. You guys always have an open invitation here because I love what you do. You're all cool guys. Check out One-Eyed Daddies. You will not be disappointed. We'll see you next time on Jazz's Rockin' Roadshow.
Nice.